Hey guys, Workers Maintenance, episode 34 of Guess the Trade. Today is going to be a reload episode. I'm hoping to get this in before the hurricane rains hit my area. But today in a reload episode, it's where we look at someone where we've already looked at their loadouts before. We've already guessed their trade, so we know what it is that they do. But they have a new setup, new bag, new tools, whatever it might be, something that we can learn from when we look at it. So we're going to go ahead and look at that today. But before we jump into it, let's talk about episode 33 where we looked at Shane Sy. He had that Klein Mod, I guess you call it a Klein Mod Box backpack. It's a backpack that works within that Klein Mod system. And he had that along with an everyday carry case that was like Cocoon, I believe it was. So he had several really nice tools there. What was it that he did with those tools? Well, in his email to me, he told me he worked in conservation. So what does that mean? All sorts of things. He gave a long list of things that he does, from working on fences, gates, water tanks. He cleans up the forest floor so that it doesn't burn as easy. All sorts of things listed in there. So that's what he does with those tools. Many of you didn't guess that exactly. I didn't really expect anybody to, but some of you were guessing, I bet he works on this, or I bet he works on that, and some of those things he probably does work on. So there was some pretty good guesses with that. But that was episode 33. Again, episode 34 today is a reload episode, and we're going to look at Matt HMM. Now, he's somebody who we've already looked at back in episode 3, his first loadout series, and we found out that he was a general contractor. He does all sorts of different things, so he's a whole lot like I am, you know, not really geared in one specific thing, does pretty much everything. And then in episode 24, we also looked at a reload of his tech pack, where he got some new V-swap panels and kind of reworked his tech pack setup a little bit. Well, today we're going to look at his Vito MP2X, and then also his Vito SBLD. We're going to look at those loadouts, see how he has those. So again, maybe you've been looking for SBLD loadouts because you got that bag for free. Maybe you can gain some knowledge on a bag setup here in this video, or maybe he's got some tools that you'd be interested in. So as we go through these, if you've got any questions, drop those in the comments below. I guarantee you that he will answer those. But let's go ahead and jump into his tools. So we'll start out by looking at his MP2X. Here it is fully loaded out, and as I look at this, it's a whole lot the same as mine, but a little bit different as well at the same time, but similar tools. And again, we're going to see all these tools out. So this is kind of a loadout just to give you an example of what all you can fit in an MP2X pouch. It's become my go-to pouch. It's kind of my go bag, in fact. But we'll go on to the next picture. Here's a front view of that. So he's got a knife, looks like a Klein thermostat screwdriver, 3 or 4 pairs of Knipex something. One of them I can tell is the Cobra by the handle over there. Fluke non-contact voltage tester. I think that might be a tracer pencil. Small DeWalt tape measure, Railer mag mat, Vessel USB. Again, here they all are out and about that we can look at them. So it is a Fluke non-contact voltage tester. That's the 1AC2, I believe it is. Very good non-contact voltage tester. Also a pair of 180 Cobras. PB Swiss ratcheting stubby with the bit holding feature. Everybody I know that has one of those talks about how much they love those. He also has a couple of extensions kind of in each other, so he's got them like locked into one another. That way he can use them different ways. I think that tone one there is for the Japanese bits, and then also he's got the DeWalt one there, it looks like. Also has the Fujiya adjustable wrench. He's recommended that one to me. It's a neat looking vessel screwdriver there, slotted screwdriver. Almost look like that's a wood handle maybe. I don't know if it is or not. Electrical tape, black electrical tape, also Vessel USB with a Vessel magnet on there as well. The Knipex forged wire strippers with the dip grips, those are my favorite strippers at the moment. Also Railer small mag mat with a small tape measure. And that's a good idea to get a small tape measure like that, to have it on your pouch, because every now and then you run into stuff where you just need to measure something, you know, real small. You don't need to carry a big tape measure with you. You're just checking something maybe to find out what length of material inside of a box or whatever it might be that you need. And those little DeWalt tape measures, I've got one back here. You know, they've got a magnet on them and then also a clip. Very nice. And I can't remember how much they are. Maybe they're less than $10 at Home Depot. And, you know, just for being able to have a quick measurement if you're inside somewhere, works out great, takes up very little room. I'd highly suggest that one. I like it better than the small Milwaukee ones for sure. But continuing on, he's also got that Klein pocket screwdriver. I just picked that up in that tool haul. Really like it so far. And it was a tracer pencil. Also a stainless steel Titan pry bar. Let's see, he's got some sort of a light right there. I'm not real sure on which one that is. And then it looks like he's got a Fisker's knife. I think that's a little bit different than mine, or maybe I'm just looking at it different, but I believe that's a different style Fisker's knife. And then it looks like he's also running the step cuts, and those are phenomenal. And he's got a spring tool over there with a punch on it as well. I believe I've got everything right there. So that's his MP2X. That's the tools that he's got in those. And again, you can see how that little pouch holds so much tools. Also has a pick there in the middle as well. I think I missed that. And a railer bit holder, Malco in there, and then some Torx and slotted. So now we're going to get into the SBLD. So here's his bag there. You can take a look at that. And again, we're going to see all these tools pulled out, but maybe you're wanting to see how many tools fit in the SBLD, how do they fit in there, you know, all those kinds of things. He's got quite a few stuffed in there. So we're going to go ahead and scroll back out, go to the next picture. Here's the left side of the bag. You know, I'm seeing some vessel bit holders, some more Railer little mini mag mats, vessel USB, another fluke, Knipex Cutix, pin lights, another small tape measure. Let's see. So again, running 2 bags, I think he kind of uses his like me. If I take in my MP2X, I'm not taking in my SBLD a lot of times unless I'm walking far away from my truck. It's usually one or the other, so you're going to see some duplicate tools. I've mentioned that in the video before. If you want to run a multiple bag system, you're going to end up having to buy duplicate tools because you have to put the necessities in all of them. Because if he didn't have a non-contact voltage tester in here, if he didn't have some of the same screwdrivers that he has in his MP2X, then whenever he takes in his MP2X, he's going to always have to take in his SBLD, or when he takes in his SBLD, he's going to have to always take in his MP2X. It doesn't work out that way, so it does cost you more money up front to buy more tools, which, you know, I love to do anyways. It gives me a reason, I guess. But in order to save weight and to carry less things in, only unless you need them, that's the way that you sometimes have to go with that. But that's what he's doing here. And again, the next picture, we'll scroll over. Here's the back side. Looks like he's got a 16-foot Milwaukee tape measure. Also a vessel bit holder. That one's pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen that one before. It's kind of got like a built-in deal there. I kind of like the look of that. Next picture. So here's the right side of the bag with everything off of it. He's got this some kind of a container thing over here. I'm not sure what the brand is on that one. Also has a Ibisu torpedo level, it looks like. It looks like a pretty nice one. Dasco Pro, those are really great pry bars. He does have that new Milwaukee flip light. A lot of people either have that one or the Klein. I've been back and forth on that, on whether or not I want to get that or not. I'm kind of teeter-tottering on it. There's the new Milwaukee lights that are coming out. They're coming out, I believe, October, November. They have the M18 Rover where you just put it on your battery, your M18 battery, and it's got something coming up. And then there's also an M18 clamp light. Those are 2 lights that I'm really wanting to get, I think. So that's why I've not pulled the trigger on this one, because I feel like if I get those, I'm not going to need this one near as much. So I've been back and forth, but I may still end up getting this one. We'll have to wait and see on that. Also has a Warner. That is a probably foldable scraper, like putty knife type thing. Also more black electrical tape, the woodworking ruler there, that's the Woodpecker clone, and I've got that same one. Works phenomenal. I absolutely love those things. Also has a Williams, looks like ratchet, and then also looks like a adapter up there, probably to go from something to 1/4 inch, whatever his ratchet is. It might be, maybe it's a 3/8, and that goes 3/8 to 1/4. Also carries a Husky, let's see, 5/16, and I want to say maybe that's a 7/16. Not real sure. I know it's a something 16ths on the other side. Might be a 9, but it's either a 7 or a 9. Also the Klein GFCI tester that's digital. I love that thing as well. Another spring tool. I'm going to have to pick me up some more spring tools as well. He's got the set there with the nail punch, and then over here on this side he's got the one with the hinge pin deal as well. Also a Tajima utility knife, Pika 3030, couple Sharpies. Also, it looks like a small Phillips screwdriver, and then a garbage disposal wrench right there as well. So that's that one side right there, his right side if you're looking at it from the front. We'll go back here to the back. So this is what he keeps in that back pouch. I'm figuring that's the laptop area. There's his parts bin. So he keeps a small bit of 12 gauge. Looks like a small bit of 14 gauge wire as well. The Milwaukee 16-foot magnetic wide blade. He's got the, looks like 3M wire nuts, also some Wagos, some inline Wagos, some black screws, looks like also some cabinet style head screws or structural screws, small trim head screws, also some smaller just threaded screws, Phillips, probably exterior grade as well, and then some white finish head screws. And it looks like he does the same thing as me. For my screws, I pretty much almost always buy interior, exterior screws. It costs you a little bit more money. Looks like most of his are exterior grade, and I just use them interior and exterior. That way I don't have to have interior screws and exterior screws, because again, he's like me. He's a general contractor, does all sorts of things from outside to inside, and it's just one less thing to have to worry about whenever I get into some screws and be like, oh, are these interior, these exterior? I always just buy to where it's going to cover me no matter what, but it looks like that's what he does. And again, that's a pretty nice little parts case. It's even got some weather stripping around it as well, as far as to keep stuff good. And then also he's got a rip knot over here. So let's see, I believe that's it. And again, I'm assuming that's, yeah, so that is what's inside of just like the laptop type portion or tablet portion. Here we got in the back side, he's got the M12 impact as well. And then he's got, it looks like, a laser distance measure, some Makita sockets. He's probably got these out, so I'll go ahead and go to the next picture. Yeah, right here we go. So again, the M12 impact. Also some all-way handy saw and some blades. So looks pretty nice. Also some little screws. Another little parts bin. File. A Bright 900 made in Japan. That is a Milwaukee, I'm not real sure, let's see, volts and ohm. I guess it's just a meter of some sorts. I've not seen that Milwaukee one. Doesn't look like it's got a lot of crazy features on it, so it's just a few different things that you can check with that. I'm not sure what the model number is on that, Matt. You might throw that in the comments below. Also keeps him a quick shark bite shut off and some caps. Those are probably for emergency use. You know, you never know when you have a problem. You just need to throw something on there while you go get materials, whatever it is. I do the same thing there. Also has some extra batteries, some rubber gloves or vinyl gloves, and then a brush and some zip ties. Small wires for, looks like probably jumper wires as well. So that's what's all in that little back case. That's the zipper function, the really nice part of the SBLD, the kind of thing that makes it different than the rest. Next picture, so here's that left side of the bag. If you're looking at it from the front, we see what all's out here. And again, I'm interested in this little vessel deal right here. I really like the look of that. Also has a Travelon rag holder. I like that as well. I might look that up. That looks interesting. Some more vessel bit holders there, along with the vessel USB. The Milwaukee magnetic bit holder, or magnetizer, not magnetic bit holder. Also the Railer hex keys, the Knipex Cutix, another flashlight of some kind. And there's again a couple more Railers with some different bits, a Fluke non-contact voltage tester, another DeWalt tape measure, small Railer mag mats. Those things, those are all on his left side. And then again, here's the money makers. Here's the things in the front, the main tools that you can quickly grab. Open that up here. So this must be inside of that pouch right there. We've got, looks like some sanding, some like a green sponge as well, different drill bits of different sizes, a tone, looks like ratchet, mini ratchet, also DeWalt bit holder, drill bit, different bits, Malco, Weehaw bit holder, couple different spade type bits, Diablo 3/4 and maybe 1 inch, maybe that's 1 inch. Also some conduit lock nut wrenches, step bit, longer extensions, all sorts of things like that. I'm not sure what this ATIEX is. It looks like a Japanese bit of some kind. So he's got those, and then also a DeWalt Atomic. I'm assuming that's a laser distance measure, possibly. It's a pretty small one. That's pretty handy. And let's see. So now we're getting into the main tools in the bag. We're going to go right to left. He's got them kind of split out. Pro grade pry bar. Also some Sonata. Looks like a pair of those, almost look like those Marvel pliers, but I guess that's a different brand maybe, or it's got the different grips. Also, I'm not sure what the brand is on this yellow pair of kind of Cobra stylish pliers, tongue and groove pliers. He also has the pair of 10-inch Cobras. He's got some picks up there. Another pair of the Knipix forged wire strippers. The Engineer screw extraction needle nose pliers. Also some a lobster adjustable wrench. Somebody was just asking me about that the other day, and I said I know that a few of the subscribers have them. I knew Matt was one of those. The Vera ball grips. He's got the slotted and the Phillips there. Next picture, we're moving over some. So there's some of those that we already looked at. He's also got the Vessel tang throughs with the ceramic ball. He's got the Phillips and the slotted. Those are two of my main runners right there. He's got the Klein. I guess a lot of people call that fixture screw or wall plate screw. A lot of people use those. I've still never owned one of those. I've been interested in maybe getting one. I like the fact that that one has a bit holder on it. Makes it a little bit more useful in my opinion. And then he's also got some Sonata cutters over there as well. And then he's got a Vessel, another screwdriver down here, Vessel 30 9.5-150. I'm gonna go back and see. That's a big slotted head on that one, so that's what that one is. Next picture. So here's everything we just looked at, kind of out and about. Those are the main tools. I don't know if I saw that screwdriver. So he's got that Vessel ball handle where you put any bit in that you want. He's got a Milwaukee 1/4 inch slotted in there right now. And then I believe that's the last picture there. So again, there's his SBLD tools, his main tools. There's the little pouch in the front. Here is the left side as far as the tools he has. There is the back side pouch, the main pouch. Here's the back side tablet pouch. There's the right hand side. And then here's just pictures of it as we go around it. And then there's his MP2X loadout right there. So yeah, guys, after you're done looking at those, that's Matt's Vito MP2X and then also his SBLD, both things that I have in my truck right now. But again, if you've got any questions about his setup, you've got any questions about his tools, make sure and drop those in the comments below. As I said, I'm sure that he will answer those things. As far as next Saturday, I'm not too sure that I'm going to be able to have a guest to trade. I'm running kind of low on things, so if you're interested in being in this series, make sure you send me some pictures of your bag, whether it's a reload, whether it's a complete guest to trade. We've not looked at yours before. Look in the description. There's instructions for all that. Make sure and send those in to me. If for some reason I'm not able to do one, because I'm actually going to be kind of busy next Saturday, so I know I won't be able to be a part of the chat no matter how it looks at it. So I might just skip a week, but I will announce that in a community post if I'm not going to have one on Saturday to let you guys know. But I hope this video was interesting. Hope it was useful in some way. As always, you guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.